now we can do the roll to recover.
Yes, please.
Health would be nice. And strength.
I believe the roll is a no purple roll with discipline.
Is that a question or that you roll this?
I think that is a question. I believe it's discipline, but I'm not sure. Is it discipline? I think it's disciplined for standard stuff.
Help and healing.
It's got to be, right? Unless you're healing someone else, in which case it would be
Make
medicine or something.
Simple discipline or cool check to recover strain.
Or cool.
I'd rather discipline.
Yeah, so you cover strain through discipline or cool. To heal wounds, it's still going to be a medicine check. You don't automatically heal wounds unless you have an ability.
Oh, gotcha. So you only heal strain at the end of a recover. At the after combat.
Yes. You only automatically heal strain unless you have something that gives you auto healer. And then
Or you have hard boiled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then medicine checks can be done depending on the level of your injury. And then medicine checks will heal potentially both wounds and strain depending on the result.
I would like to do medicine checks after this, please.
Okay. First, roll your cool and or discipline check at no purple to see how much strain you recover. And you only recover strain on a success unless you have the ability that gives you strain recovery on advantage. Damn, look at that.
Yo, what the fuck?
Just recover strain, but both my cool and my discipline are exactly the fucking same.
I don't know how strained you were, Kaya, but you are 4 lighter.
Yo, I had 3 strain too.
Hey, perfect.
Hey, -1. Just...
Let's see. I have desperate recovery as well as hard boiled.
Okay.
If my strain is more than half of my strain threshold, I get 2 additional. And
additional
strain
what?
healed. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And when recovering strain after an encounter, I can spend advantages. I think the arrow up is advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Up to ranks of hard boiled to recover 1 wound per advantage.
And do you have hard boiled 1 or 2?
1.
Gotcha. So you can turn 1 advantage into a restrain, recovery strain.
Or wound, you mean?
Whatever.
You just read it. You know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
You know what to do. Okay. Oh, by the way, Z. Battering ram and Gordian blade.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, also, I'm glad you rolled in this, Z. I want to make in the game they rolled for. Oh wait, that was Lockhart.
Yeah.
Did you roll your physical dice or did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled my physical dice. I got 3.
Okay. I don't want to be cruel, but can you roll in the roller on your sheet instead of your physical dice? Because the other 2 don't have physical dice, and I want to be fair. I know. I'm sorry.
This is me actually trying to do math, Joe.
This should be better for you then, because there's no math.
But I like my dice. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry, but still. I will let you keep your 3. You don't have to re-roll it, but for the future rolls.
Watch, if I start failing a whole bunch of shit, I'm blaming it on you.
Let's flambe the joke.
Because this is why I roll physical dice. Because Because this fucking program has never liked me.
God, that one fucking poor fucking Willow session.
Uh-huh.
She couldn't pass anything. Even it was like statistically so improbable.
Oh.
The dice give it and take it.
The dice just take it.
Yeah, no, Foundry just take it. Foundry wants my characters dead.
Okay, let's see. In the session, legacies active programs. All right, Larry, my boy, my poor fucking boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ouchies, heal the fuck up, end the counter and healing. Okay, cool. Joe?
Yeah.
I'd like to take the time to be the first thing Kaya does is, after recovering Larry's card, medic time?
Medic Larry or medic everyone else?
Medic everyone else. Unfortunately, a band-aid will not help Larry.
Okay. So I'm going to say if you want to medic check everyone else, you can give them a quick check to see how hurt they are. But if you want to, like, heal them in some way, do you have a talent that does that? Or any sort of first aid talent?
I thought I could roll medicine?
I don't think so unless you have a talent, do you, right?
No, you can roll medicine. It's just talents are going to make it easier for you.
I've got medicine, and I've got 2 ranks of surgeon, and I've got combat medic.
The character can receive 1 medicine check per encounter to heal wounds and strain.
Okay. Then yeah. Okay. So you can do that. I thought it was you couldn't unless you
This
had
isn't
the talent.
Pathfinder.
No, Pathfinder is not like that either. I was going off of what I remember.
Okay, I was so concerned. I was like, I don't have a talent that says that like you can unlock medic skill. I was very concerned. But yes, I'd like to start with the person that's worst off, not including Kaya.
Probably Marcus.
Okay.
Probably Marcus. Probably Valerie. I think Sprite's just emotionally damaged.
Yeah, Sprite took a little bit of damage, but is the least damaged. And Valerie is pretty hurt, as is Marcus.
So if it exceeds the threshold, which means they'd probably be down, it's 3 purple. If it's more than half of their threshold, it's 2, and if it's half or less, it's 1.
It is 2 for each of them.
Okay, who's worse off?
They're both about the same percent.
Okay, it comes down to how much she likes the person then. Marcus first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said 2 purples, right?
Yes.
Okie doke. Kaya fucking pulling her shit together, carefully storing Larry's memory card in a case, tucking it away. Nothing she can do about Larry right now. She's just gonna hope and pray that the card isn't damaged. She's going to compartmentalize, as Kaya does. She's gonna go to Marcus first. Fuck.
Oof.
So he does get 3 strain back if he has any strain.
He has a little bit of strain.
Oh, she has 2 ranks in surgeon. That's an additional wound per rank of surgeon.
So 2 wounds.
2 wounds, 3 strain.
Great. So Marcus is at 14 wounds.
Matching Kaya. Okay, sorry, buddy. I tried my best.
He just kind of pats you on the shoulder and he's like, "Thank you. I should be good with this." And he holds up a stim that he's already used once. He is going to probably use it a little bit more.
Yeah, Kaya gives him a pat on the shoulder. Yeah, that'd probably be best.
Look after yourself too.
Yeah, I'll get to that later.
He just blinks like, what?
I'll move on to the next person. To Valerie.
You go over to Valerie, and Valerie like stands herself up because she got thrown and like blasted into the corner of the room. When you get close to her, she holds up a hand, like, don't walk closer.
okay. She's going to turn. It's like, okay. She's not in the mood right now.
Valerie will, like, she reaches into her coat pocket and her hands are shaky. And she pulls out it looks like stim. It's just a different color container, but she has some sort of stim container. And she is going to use that.
Okay. Does Sprite look like they could use, like, I don't know, a Band-Aid or something?
If you want to roll it for Sprite, you can.
Yeah,
they have a few wounds.
Yeah, why not?
So 1 purple?
Yes, just 1 purple.
1 purple. Come here, Sprite. That's gonna be 6 wounds. Try, Jesus.
Yeah, Sprite had 3 wounds, so
yeah, I
you fix those right up.
All of those right up.
Damn.
Man, if only rolled better for Marcus. All right. She got Marcus. We got Valerie refused treatment. That's on her. Sprite's good as fucking new. Even better, actually. She's going to look around, see Lockhart, and just fucking steal herself and just walk up to Lockhart. She's not happy with Lockhart.
Wonder why.
She is so not happy with Lockhart.
Really? Why?
I don't
Sounds
know.
weird.
I don't know. I have in my intercession notes a reminder Lockhart really hurt Kaya's feelings. To remind myself.
Wonder what happened there.
Yeah, I wonder what fucking happened. But the guy's gonna walk over to Lockhart, fucking drop the bag down on the table. And gonna fix her hat a little bit. Because fucking she got oofed herself.
Most aggressive band-aids ever about to happen.
Yeah. I don't know, she'll walk over. Sorry,
I just want to remind you, the downstairs, like, the lights are off and there's fires in the corner.
And
there's actual fires?
And it's getting colder. Because Legacy no
also
longer has
freezing.
any control over what's happening in the this level.
Yeah. Legacy set off a digital bomb, which caused a bunch of systems to break irrevocably and short circuit. And there's a fire in the corner of the room, 2 corners of the room. There's not a lot of kindling. It's just catching on paper and spare things. But it is, like, the temperature and the environment is a mess because the lights are basically off. The temperature is dropping rapidly because the temperature control has been disabled. But there is warmth from the fires in the corner. The alarm system, there's, like, that droning, like, weird kind of going off. But there's nothing coming.
Okay, so it's just fucking weird.
And Legacy, you would have known, like, if all this shit popped off, Legacy, like, nuked it, like she said. So she cannot warn you guys at all.
Yeah, shit's fucked. This is meant to happen after we left. Okay, well...
She didn't have a choice.
Yeah. No. Maybe we can deal with being uncomfortable for a second, so we can fucking heal. But fucking, does Lockhart refuse treatment?
She'll insist that you take care of yourself first. That guy takes care of herself first.
Fucking...
God, you guys are so lucky Legacy's not there.
Jesus fucking... I feel like Kaya has one question. The one question only. It's just, Lockhart, do you need medical assistance? Fucking calling her Lockhart. Yes or no?
I have things to take care of myself.
Okay, cool. Kaya's gonna pick her bag up, leave Lockhart there to deal with it herself.
And if you're doing medicine on yourself, it is based on your threshold plus an additional 2 purple.
Like to have Kaya use a slap patch, like a stim.
Yep.
Oops. Just. That's 5 at first, right?
Yes, it's 5, and then it subtracts 1 every single time you do it after. Marcus and Valerie both used 2.
Okay. So that would be another 4 if I use 2.
To
bring that down
for a total of 9.
Total of 9. Bring the wounds down to a 5. And how many purples would this be if I'm 5 out of 18?
3.
Below half. So it would be 3, because you're wounded for 1, and then you're doing it on yourself, which is 2.
Gotcha. Medicine. Boop.
Nice.
Okay. So that's gonna bring me down to 1. Oops, stop. Cool.
Right as you finish up, which it takes a few minutes for you to do this, and it's very awkward and difficult to do because you're kind of going by the firelight and like whatever light you have, like a flashlight light you have from your little tool belt or tool box. It's difficult and awkward, and like just as you finish up, after maybe like another 5-ish to 10 minutes, Sprite will speak up and be like, "Okay, can we go? We gotta get out of here."
Yep. Okay. Kaya packs her shit up. Much better. He's like, yeah, let's go.
Let's keep in mind we'll likely have to fight our way out of here.
Marcus does not look excited by that idea. But he exhales and nods. And Valerie, like, rolls her neck a little bit. She goes, "That's what you brought me for. Might as well get your money's worth."
Nod.
Did you get what you needed?
We were going to the archives too, right?
The archives are on the second floor.
Yeah, but where was that a goal? I haven't seen the party.
I think.
I don't remember, but I know that Legacy had access to them.
Okay.
The other physical place that was thrown around was top of the building.
Yeah. Whew.
That's gonna very much, I imagine, for at least the party is physically there, depend on what happens on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the second floor that we could get physically that Legacy couldn't get access to?
You wouldn't know until you saw, unless you physically went there, because you can have a layout of the floor in the building, but it won't tell you like what's inside. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it's just like we don't know.
Yeah. Because you guys skipped the second floor to go straight to 3.
I feel like we should just pop into the second floor at least.
Yeah, see what's there.
Yeah. Because a lot of the archive that Legacy got access to was like
digital,
up, right? Yeah, and even then it was like a lot of it was replaced, right?
Well, that was the archive on the 3rd level. She has a back door to, at a later date, go through and more selectively pull from the
Yes.
archive from first and second.
Yeah, there's the official archive that is like that Legacy had that had digital records in it from experiments and whatever that Tetsuo was selling as products. But the private archive that was on the 3rd floor is the one that Legacy went into and found out that seemingly all of what was there was bunk, bogus data.
I feel like we should just at least poke our head into the 2nd floor. Just to see if there's anything on, like, paper that we could grab, since they like to put the shady shit on paper.
Yeah, let's head up to the 2nd floor then real quick. See if we can find anything.
Yep. Guy's gonna grab her bag, gesture to the door. Alright, we're leaving. Let's go.
Right? Hustling to the end, just goes, don't have to tell me twice. Yeah, you guys are as you're leaving, you can hear like in the other rooms, you can see the dull firelight glow as more and more of what remains here continues to be destroyed from just the digital, like, just destruction that Legacy has caused. This whole lab is bunk. There's basically nothing usable left. But you make it out. There's no one evacuating from the floor above. It seems to be like entirely deserted on the 2nd floor.
Well, that's convenient.
Really quick, before you completely leave the 3rd floor, are you gonna leave the body there?
Is it alive?
Roll me a medicine check.
I think the word that you're missing in that question, Amy, is probably currently.
What's the difficulty?
It'll be 1 purple.
Is it currently alive?
With a success and 2 advantages, when you like give a quick assessment, and for the record, actually go up, make me a discipline check, because to check if it's alive, you have to get close to it, and the faceplate is gone. It's Ben Getty. It's Ben Getty's face.
How many purples?
It is going to be a 2 purple discipline check. So you'll take 1 strain from like the sheer what the fuckedness of it. But you can keep yourself composed. This red appears to be alive, if only barely.
Oh.
I'm asking above table, do we want to keep Red alive?
I don't think it's a good idea above table.
To keep him alive or to kill him?
I don't think it's a good idea to keep Red alive. Red being the word here.
The concern I would have, if I may enter into this conversation as the character that's not there.
Well,
the concern I would have is that if you leave anything of Red, they're just going to restart it.
Yep.
So if you want to kill Red, you have to destroy it in a way that they are not going to be able to restart it.
Joe, is there anything Kaya can do to facilitate destroying and making Red just unusable, unrevivable, unsalvageable?
It would take time.
Well, you had the battery idea, right? Can we just make... Yeah, can't we just make a bigger version of that?
Melt him.
I mean, toss his head in a fucking fire.
Yeah.
You could just drag the body and throw him into one of the fires in the corner. Those fires are going to get bigger as they encroach.
Mm-hmm.
Faceplate's off, by the way. It's just skin.
Yeah. I think as they're like starting to leave, Kaya stops and she's like, I forgot something. You know, she pulls that kind of shit. And she heads back into the room. And she's like, she probably checked to see if this fucker's alive. And he is. And she's so conflicted because it has the face of Ben Getty. But this piece of shit, she is going to drag this thing slowly, surely, into a fire in the corner. And, Jill, if you will permit me this, she's going to pull out a flask.
Okay, yeah.
Of, alcohol, of course, yeah. Right? And she is going to just very, very angrily and kind of torn emotionally, just pour it all over him, making sure it gets inside of the suit.
So first off, I should have asked this before. What's your brawn rating?
3.
3? Okay, that's just enough. Because the metal frame of this body is very heavy. It's like dragging a motorcycle.
Kai is a thick girl.
Yes, and you have dragged a motorcycle.
Exactly.
So it is one of those movements where you're just like, you grab him and you have to carry like a person for a second, and then you're just like, no, you know what? Fuck it. It's just a piece of machinery. And you just kind of dissociate for a little bit. Roll me a cool check. At 2 purple.
Why fucking bother?
There you go. That's why you bother. You will take 2 strain, but you drag him all the way over there. You have him set up. You pour the whiskey, like just onto his face.
She would probably take. I don't know. I feel like Kai is so fucked up in this moment. You said she takes 2 strain, right? I feel like she would kind of do a little, you know when you visit someone's grave and you, like, pour one out for them? She kind of takes a small sip and then does that kind of motion. Before she's going to just douse this bitch. She's aiming for making sure that this fucker burns. So yeah, she would get the faceplate, she'd get under it, she'd get into the hole that she caused with the steel wool. She will just slowly start walking and make a little fucking gasoline trail towards the fire.
Hey.
Iris?
I was like, holy shit, like, could Lockhart hear this going on?
You could see it.
Okay, so it's before we left. It's before we left, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Lockhart was, like, slightly confused for a moment, but I think it clicked after a moment. And, she'll silently help Kaya. Very conflicted, but, she'll help lift. Like, if Kaya was trying to, like, lift the suit, Lockhart would grab the other side.
Yeah, Kaya would wave her off.
Too bad.
Not in the mood. Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah. She would just fucking fuck off. But not actually say fuck off, just wave her off. Just like... Just, no, I got it.
I want to also see the end of this.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I also want to see the end of this thing.
Fucking fine. Kyle will just not say anything to that, and we'll just fuck it. Let's just fucking leave. But yeah, she'll make the fucking whiskey trail. And she's going to go ahead and just wait until we're about to walk out. And then she's going to toss the flask into the fire itself. The rest of it.
Okay. You toss it in and fire. It catches. It's hungry and the flames don't hesitate. And it just loops right down the trail and then up onto the unconscious. It's hard to say. Like, certainly not awake, but not quite dead yet. Red.
Close the door.
Yep. Kind of make sure that the body catches before she just, you know what? That's it. Time to leave. Close the door. We're moving on. We're not talking about it. We're not thinking about it. Because if I think about it, I won't be usable. We're just gonna keep moving forward, messaging Legacy, hey, we're going to the second floor.
Right? Under their breath, Sprite just goes, holy shit.
Say something?
What? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Cool, we're going.
Okay.
If it's okay, could Lockhart have thrown the empty suit also in like the other side of the fire?
Fuck these suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck these suits.
Fuck these suits.
Yeah, go for it. Roll me a D100. I just want to see if you're lucky.
Mm. Which one of us?
Lockhart. You're looking
Okay.
for 25 or less.
That's
64.
Yeah.
It's not quite there. You go and drag the suit. It is a burden. I assume you have at least 3 brawn.
I have 5.
Okay. Yes.
Thickest.
You go over, grab, like, manhandle it, and it is difficult, but you are capable. And you throw it into the fire, open like I said, it looks like an Iron Maiden. You have to be a little bit careful how you grab it so that you don't accidentally prick your fingers on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
But you drag it into the fire. The temperatures, the sheer contrast in freezing cold room to blazing hot fire that has steadily crept inch by inch. It's not raging, but it's steadily but surely growing. You throw it onto the fire next to Ben Getty. And then you guys make your way to the second floor. Now, on the second floor, there's still no one there. You don't encounter anyone evacuating as you get to the second floor. From best you could tell, it seems like everyone who is going to evacuate has evacuated at this point. You get to the second floor. The alarm is not blaring. It seems like everyone just scattered. The hallways here, they have the same familiar kind of square shape. So you can run down the square, like, aisleway, and look in all of the laboratories and et cetera, et cetera. But there is a set of double doors as you're going down. And on these double doors, printed above it, like embedded into the wall, is like a plaque an iron plate that says archives. The doors are closed. Power seems to be questionable. But you scan the card that you have, Ben Getty's access card. When you swipe it, nothing happens. You don't hear a beep. You don't hear any sort of rejection note. It's just quiet.
Do the doors open?
The doors do not open.
There's
They're
no.
not. There's. It seems to be like the power to the doors and whatever system was powering the doors seems to be disrupted in some way.
Mm-hmm.
The doors, to be perfectly clear, they are like the. Have you ever, like, if you've ever remembered walking around inside a school, like those big, like, steel doors that have like a push handle on them? They look kind of like that. They're a little bit sturdier, but they are not like big, imposing iron vault doors.
Okay. Could Kaya pop open like the control panel, like kind of get the manual override?
Yeah, you could try. Go ahead and roll me a mechanics check.
Let me double check to see if I have anything to add.
It'd be 1 purple, if that matters
purple.
to you.
Mechanics, 1 purple.
Yeah. With, like, doesn't take much. It takes a screwdriver and a quick, like, point at, like, a quick moment to pinpoint where you can hit the flat head on it. And you pop the top panel open, go at the screws and pop it off. And you are met with a whole menagerie of cables.
Yep. Imagine it's quick work for Kaya to, like, do a quick scan of it. Kind of mentally comparting, like, okay, this one goes to that, this one goes to that. Ah, this one. She yoinks it. She splits the wires, twists them. You know, movie shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. She just does that before the doors just, like, slowly just pop open.
Yeah, you do that, and the doors themselves don't open, but you hear a shunk of, like, a lock.
Mm-hmm.
Force doors open.
Let's go.
Yeah, you push the doors in, and inside the room, the lights are off. This floor is also steadily decreasing in temperature. This room, when you walk in, this looks more like a library proper. Obviously, there's no carpeting, but there's more well-stocked shelves. Most of them are, rather than books, it is like binders of paper. But there's a lot. There's no spare room or empty space. There are DVD sections. There are papers sections. There are, like, just a whole litany of things, all filed away. The library is about the same size as the one in the lower floor, in terms of, like, the same number of shelves. It's just that these ones are more well stocked. If you wanted to sift through the papers, you could. It just depends on how much time you want down here. There are also computers that are saddled in the far back part of the room, which you imagine are for accessing private documents that are stored only digitally in this room, but they are all off.
Yeah, I feel like Kaya's gonna assume if Legacy was through here, everything digitally is already taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's her realm. That she is queen of software. I'm not going to question anything digital. So, hard copies, hard things that you cannot access digitally, that is where Kaya will start looking. And I feel like dedicate like 10 minutes to this.
Yeah, everyone take a shelf.
Everyone pick a shelf.
Okay. Are you going to just grab as much as you can grab, or are you looking for something?
Looking for stuff. I don't really want to grab 64th holiday retreat photos?
You won't grab anything that useless. This is
Okay.
this is the classified documents library.
Okay, I wasn't
Don't
sure.
worry. This is where they keep documentation on experiments and tests and products that they have done for any sort of thing that they have sold or any sort of experiments that they have run to make a product. But this is where they would keep all of their alpha and beta versions of shit, or like documents about alpha and beta versions and like what they did to change it and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Sorry. Would we be able to find Marcus's blueprints and stuff here?
If you might be able to. He did submit them as a document. They could be in here. You'd have to look for them.
Lockhart?
So I'll say, go ahead.
Would Lockhart know when Marcus started with Tetsuo?
That will depend. Is that something that you would have wanted to talk to him about?
I imagine they did talk a bit. Like, you know, because I assume they're friends at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like she would have asked about his arms and, like, because he has explained that that's what got him into Tetsuo. So I imagine, yes, it would be something she asked about because it would tie to his improvement and whatnot.
Okay. So you would know roughly when he started and how long he's been working that. He's been there for about 5 to 6 years. So not super long. He may have started right around or just before the time that you and Ben Getty were canned.
Okay.
Oh, no wonder they were.
I will tell you, it is a coincidence that he is not involved.
You sure? Because I feel like he might be involved.
Interrogation time.
Lockhart will look through those years. She's gonna try and do Marcus a solid.
Sure. You can both roll me perception checks. If you're looking for something specific, it'll be 2 purple. If you're looking for just general information or something useful, it'll be 1 purple.
Perception is not very good. I don't really know what I'm looking for in specific, is the thing. So I guess just anything general.
I would also say if you wanted to take more time, you could roll hold on, let me look at this. You could roll knowledge science. It just depends on how much time you want to spend. But I would say if you wanted to take like 15 minutes, you could roll knowledge science, in which case you're able to like more in-depth read everything you grab. So you're able to like assess, okay, is this going to have something that I care about or something that could be used against them or something that is completely irrelevant?
Okay. Well, 15 minutes, just a little bit longer. I think I'd like to take the extra time.
Okay. 4 successes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go with the 1 purple because Amy, have no idea what I'm looking for.
Yes, that is totally fair.
I'm just looking for something useful.
3 successes and 2 advantage. So with 4 successes, Lockhart, you are able to find. You're looking through the archive here, and very quickly you realize, like, oh, this is not organized by timeline. This is organized by the authors of whatever like paper are situated inside this document. So you like quickly change gear, and you have to think about it for a second because you're like, what's Marcus's last name? Do you know his last name without looking it up?
Yes, it's Young.
Okay. I was just want to make sure.
We know our boy. Who the fuck do you think we are?
Fair enough. very quickly you're like, oh, young, okay, and that kind of makes your search even easier because it's all the way towards one end of the library. So you quickly turn heel and start to go towards that end. Kaya, as you are sifting through, you're sifting through like a lot of these, but most of them are written in a way that kind of makes sense. They all have an abstract. They all have like the authorial or like a title abstract or title author abstract, and you're just kind of like glancing over the page to see like, okay, what is this? Do I care? No. Do I care? No. Do I care? No. You scan a few, and the first one that you really land on that sticks out to you, you land on a paper that, and this is not an old paper, this is a relatively recent paper, where the Tetsuo Corporation, like part of the Tetsuo subset that's like the robotics division, they are talking about some of their like targeting algorithms and how they test them against various shapes, either vehicles or people or non-human drones, or aerial vehicles. And I will say that, like, if you want to read that document, you can get a bonus from it, but it will take another 15 minutes. Or you could just take it. Because this is something.
Just take it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just pocket that. That'll have information on the specific way that Tetsuo security drones target things. And Lockhart, by the time that Kaya gets that and reads it and kind of understands what's going on in it, you round a corner and start thumbing through the corner of a shelf, and you're just looking for young, and then you find it. Find one paper. It is a stack of pages. It's not like just a single sheet, right? It's a stack of pages, but there's only one listed author. But there are several listed like additional like tertiary people consulted. Like it's like the primary author is Marcus Young. The tertiary authors, like additional help, it lists like a bunch of people you don't know, as well as Joseph Diego. Like he's just thrown on there at the end.
I assume that's a normal thing, right?
It's as far as you're concerned, it's sort of like putting your name on someone else's work.
Yeah. Okay.
It's resume padding.
I did this.
Yeah. Like, oh, he's the main author? Well, he asked me for help.
Okay.
What did he consult you on? He's like, he asked me what time it was on a day he was working on the project.
It was very vital information.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have turned in the paper on time. Is there any way to know if it's been referenced in other works?
Not physically. You need a digital setup to see if that was a thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, she has the physical version. She'll put that in a bag. Give it to Marcus. He can do what he wants with it. It's not with Tetsuo anymore.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, like, Marcus is just kind of wandering around through the archives, and he just pulls a random one off the shelf, or a seemingly random one, and he just flips through it and just goes, It's weird being down here now and not being on a job or like worrying about what hours I'm going to charge this project to for research. He's just flipping through a random page or two. And Sprite, who is standing not nearby, but near enough, just kind of like looks over their shoulder and looks at Marcus and just goes, Are you talking to me? Who are you talking to? What? Sorry, I'm just... I don't know. I'm spacing out. And he folds the thing back up and just shoves it back on the shelf.
He's talking to the audience. Well,
Could be.
But you have sifted through the archives. It's been about 20-ish minutes sifting through here.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Well, we probably should make an exit or try and find a way to get out, secure a way out.
Oh boy. Guy's gonna pull out her fucking phone. Trash can drone?
Trash can drone, you open it up. It seems like the camera is tilted sideways.
Can she move it a little bit?
It wiggles.
It wiggles.
It wiggles and rotates a little bit.
Come
you
on,
can turn
buddy.
the camera around. You
Come
see
on,
like
buddy.
part of the ceiling, and then part of the floor, and then part of the wall, then part of the ceiling. Roll me piloting.
Piloting.
It's
Can I ask?
sysops, actually.
Or right? Sysops. Sysops is for drones. Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, can I please use sysops? Yeah.
I always think of drone piloting, and it's not piloting.
Yeah. How many purples?
It will be 2 purple.
Okie doke. Come on, buddy. Let's go! Barely!
Yeah.
I remind you, dude, one time in a robotics competition, our robot, like, tipped over.
It was just potentially a death knell.
Yeah, it was just very... Because it was a glorified forklift design, we were just barely able to just, like, right ourselves. But, dude, it was just so precarious. Imagine that's kind of what happens here.
It's really like... Yeah, you just need to get it to stand up, and you're like, please, just roll over in a way that is conducive to getting up.
She probably just like, we're all grouping back up, ready to go, and she pulls this out, and she probably is just talking directly to it. She's like, come on, just don't tilt over, just little. Oh my fucking! What kind of fucking stabilizers they built? Okay, perfect. There we go. Beautiful.
Yes, you have uprighted the drone. Like when you're rolling around now, the smoke is not entirely cleared. It's still very smoky. What you can see on the drone, you see a lot of rubble. You can see that there are bullet holes in the walls. And as you like turn and look, you can see that let me see if I can find this picture. In the foyer, or not foyer, but like hallway area, there's... Let me fucking see the picture. There is a killer drone, a K9 unit, and it's the K9 units. They have they look a lot like the ones Lockhart fought, but they are more modernized. They have backwards, like avian style legs that walk on points, and they are designed to pierce concrete so that they are very well grounded. They have 2 legs. They stand with like arms bent towards the side so that they can better handle recoil. And they are loaded with a supposedly non-lethal option firearm. And on their spare arm, they have just a hand that they can manipulate. But you see one of those units standing facing outwards towards the door. And it takes like 1 and 2 lumbering steps and is marching towards something. But you don't really see much else. The smoke is cleared enough, though, that you can see that the room in the area is a wreck. It definitely looks like a bomb has gone off.
Okay. And these are Tetsuo made, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see if I can find a picture, or if I can share the picture of this one. I might just share it in chat here. Hold on. Well, sorry. You don't have to hold on for me, but
Okay.
I will get it for you.
Okay. Kaya is going to just see that. That's no bueno. She's gonna hand the phone over to someone. Probably Spider Marcus. Probably Marcus, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Marcus takes it.
Yeah. And she's gonna pull back out that fucking document on how this thing targets stuff. It's like, okay, cool. So we got a couple options. Ground floor's got fucking newer canine units, which I don't like them.
Also, these newer canine units stand at about 11 feet tall.
Yeah, they're fucking huge. I don't like them. They got guns. They're huge. I saw it gun a man down. Sorry, she doesn't say that.
No, at the mention of the newer canine units, is like the tank ones.
Yeah, for some reason, those weren't good enough apparently. So they made newer ones that are beefier, badder. Anyway, got some of those running around.
Can you tell if they have the same joint system though?
Joe, if I remember correctly, the answer is yes.
It's slightly different, but it's the same from the waist up.
Okay. Kaya.
The old ones have like human legs where the knees bend forward rather than backward.
This one's kind of like Boston Dynamics dog.
Yeah.
Got you. Kaya doesn't really look at Lockhart, but she'll gesture to the paper. From what I can gather, they, at least waist up, are similar. Looks like they reinforced a couple of things here and there. Bottom half, the joints go the other way. That's the main difference, other than it just being, fucking bigger and stronger. So I don't really like them. But this paper that I found is all about how they target things. If we can spare a couple of minutes, maybe just while we're going through the first floor again, I could try and figure out a way to get around it.
Perhaps between you and Marcus, you can get through it quickly.
What?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Oh, you meant the document.
What else would I mean?
Nothing. Yeah, I'll help read the document.
Yeah, we're not really gonna go fight those things.
No, of course not. That'd be crazy. Like raiding a security firm's lower def levels or starting a revolutionary riot. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, no, we're gonna avoid those things. We're not going up to them and fight them.
How else do you expect us to get out of here?
I don't fucking know, Lockhart, alright? At least give us a chance to read it first.
I thought that was the purpose of going to the first floor.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just fucking go. Come on, Marcus.
Okay. You guys can find a table and take up a little spot to do a quick little research study session. So.
Research buddy.
Now, Legacy. You are in dilated time space. So, you blew up the third floor. What's the plan now?
she's not seeing anything to like suggest that she is being tailed or figured out as of yet, right?
Correct. Not as of yet.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Lacey's not the most patient person.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine she would have some clue that there has been chaos on the upper levels.
It depends on if you were paying attention to it, which you could have been. I would say after you blew up the third floor, you could easily tap into the cameras and check if you wanted to.
Yeah, because she did have access to that, I think. Well, let me go over here.
Uh-huh.
Let me look at the cyberspace map. If it will load.
This one.
There we go. Do I make the bad decision or not?
Bad decision.
Can I have
good
some more
decisions thus far?
information? Can I have some information on what this bad decision is?
No, you just have to know that it's bad.
Can I?
Fuck it. Like, she's gonna just start making her way up.
Up to the first level?
Up.
Slowly.
Head for
Why
that.
do I feel like
For that nice top floor office internet.
What do I feel
Are
like?
you
Legacy's not above turning off the refrigerator.
petty shit?
Yeah.
May all your leftovers die.
Perhaps if I turn off the fridge and you don't realize it, you get food poisoning and die.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get into the second floor, like the main security system that is above the secured floor. Let me get rid of this. Yes. When you get back up there, you have to turn on the cameras to see through them. Are you doing that?
I don't think she can. They're broken.
You didn't destroy them. Did I think you just turned them off.
No, at the topmost level she busted the cameras so that any trace of the group coming in and going down was gone.
Oh. Okay.
So the only eyes that they currently have on the first floor is that drone.
Huh.
That's our drone.
We named him Sparky.
Call this one Barry.
I'll find it and stick Larry inside it as a temporary measure.
Hey, Larry.
We got you a gonk droid.
Not even an astromech.
Let me do this. Got to make this network structure really quick.
Putting in the notes that in my heart, Legacy fucked with the fridge.
I would say if she feels that as she is heading upward, if it is still kind of she has to go level by level for shit to like check where she is, just for the shits and giggles of it, she is petty enough. If she feels like she is safe up to that point, she knows where Marcus's boss is. She knows where his office is. She would fuck with something in that office and then move on.
Oh boy.
some program on his fucking computer that's like, he thinks he's scheduling shit for different days. No, it's all scheduling for the 30th of every month. Have fun having 50 meetings in one day.
This is mid-level.
She has nothing against the boss, particularly. But still, it's principle. You have the ability to fuck with your significant other's boss just a little bit. You do it.
It's almost like an obligation.
Mm-hmm.
And you remind me, Amy, the two programs really fast one more time.
Yes. It is the battering ram and the Gordian blade.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go. And now we'll go here and make all of these visible. So, for the mid-level, which is the bulk of the building, there is for this level that you had earlier, you have access to Marcus's boss's stuff. So you can easily futz with his shit in there, and that will take you next to no time at all.
Yeah, she doesn't want to break anything. She doesn't want to like destroy it. She just wants to inconvenience.
Yeah, just mildly fuck it up so that everything is terrible and they just don't know it yet. But getting to the mid-level to almost top-level access, you will have to go through the gauntlet of the mid-level systems next. And this is where you're more likely to get noticed, because there is a lot of network activity going on here. There is... It's sort of like from where you are now, without doing anything that you haven't already done, you are in a way like looking down at a road, and you can see what people are driving and who's driving where. Cop cars would be the sysops team that are part of Tetsuo. And civilian cars are traffic, like unaccounted for traffic. The unaccounted for traffic is very high. There is a flood of just bulk requests from the DDoS, but there's also just a flood of people creating problems. And so there are sysops defense teams deployed on this floor, and they are currently reacting to the bulk like chaff of users. But what's the play? What are you trying to do? Bust into the next mid-level section so that you can get to the top level? Or are you going to skip that and go straight to the top level?
I need to roll because I need to I don't know what she is more dedicated to in the moment. Like just a straight up like get as far as you can with all the really super important shit, or she has gotten most of the important shit to now she's like, I'm gonna cause as much problems for this company as possible. So high, she's taking a break. Low, she's skipping. Okay, she's gonna fuck around. That was a very clear 19. Okay. So she's gonna bust into this mid-level shit. with the intention of hopefully causing Tetsuo even more headache by the time she is done.
Okay. So, go ahead and make me your access. No, break ice. Break ice check. It will be at 1 red and 1 purple. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. Don't roll fast.
Sorry. Okay. What do you say? Red and the purple? Two ones. I think that's yep.
Okay. Oh, so 2 successes and 5 advantage. What's the strength of your thing, your battering ram? Like +4, right?
It's higher than that, I think. Hold on. I think my battering ram is my highest strength one because it's just against straight walls. Yeah, override of 6.
6. Okay.
So total of 7.
Gotcha. You will break through it, no problem. I will let you heal some strain off of that. I will let you heal some 3 strain.
Oh, thank God.
But so I want to know how your effectively like your ghost stuff works, because I like with you when using a battering ram, I assume that the sysops would get an opportunity to detect you.
Let me reread this really fast. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Break ice HP. trace user. Once a sysop knows that their system is being hacked, they still need to know where it's coming from. Find out where the run is coming from. Sysops needs to trace the runner by performing the trace user action. Sysops makes an opposed sysops versus hacking check targeting the runner. If they're successful, they gain 1 trace, narrowing the runner's location. Makes it easier to lock in on them. Also provides information about the runner's real-world location. Besides using this information to lock the runner out of the system, sysops can also use it to further other purposes. So, do you have the Shadow of the Beanstalk book?
I do.
It is in the book, page 129.
Okay. Okay.
Spending during encounters. So, sorry, it's been a second since I read the, like, hunter and hunted shit for this.
I think after this successful breach, you are now going to go in against the sysops.
Okay.
Because they know their system's already being hacked because of the different attacks that were coordinated. It's just a matter of them.
I think my specific thing gives me when your character chases. Essentially just gives me an extra trace, so it takes them. They have to essentially roll twice to successfully find me.
Wait, like succeed? They have to add an extra success onto every trace result to like lock in.
It just says I get an extra trace. I just get additional traces. All it says.
Yeah, so I would assume that on page 131, the trace results, all of those go up by 1 for them.
Gotcha.
But you will break through the pretty, like, it's not insubstantial, but your like legacy's really good. But you'll break through this first layer. And you will have access to the mid-level computers and temperature control and lights and other things. Nothing crazy difficult here.
So if it is already chaos currently. Can this get me all the way to the control node for the computer access?
Yes, but not secure files. You just have access to any computer connected to the mid-level network.
Can I try to bullshit a virus to do something with the computers?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Essentially any computer that is still on, because I assume that a lot of the computers would still be on, considering people were quickly evacuated. As many as she can, just make them start massively downloading and go watching YouTube videos and watching Netflix and essentially trying to slow the system down on Tetsuo's side by just making all the computers try to use as much bandwidth as possible.
Okay. Sure. I will say that after that, they will get the sysops will get a trace or not lockout, a trace user attempt.
Okay, so that's their sysops versus my hacking. Double check if I have anything here to protect me a bit. That's icebreakers versus sysops. So it'll be for against their sysops, it'll be 3 red and a purple.
3 red and a purple. God damn. Hey. Gotta find my hacking dude.
There's literally only one skill that Legacy might be considered better at in this system than hacking. She is very target focused.
Huh.
Surprisingly, it's skullduggery.
Yeah, that tracks.
Skullduggery, then hacking and sysops. And the net, technically.
There we go. So you said it's 3 red and a purple?
Yes.
Whew. And this is their turf. So they get 1 blue. I don't know how much blue is going to help with 3 red. 4 threats, which...
4 threats would be I could use against them.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck up their RAM.
Okay, I feel like I have to do this. We're going off of the fucking chart in the book. This is the first time we're using this. If Legacy is in okay, I'm just here to fuck shit up mindset at the moment. First off, does this person have strain? To actually inflict strain?
These units, no, they do not.
Aww.
These ones are not skilled yet.
So there's literally something called trolling, but it does strain.
It's called trolling.
I will say, instead of inflicting 3 strain, you can inflict 3 black on them for their next check.
Yes, I'll take that.
They get 1 successful trace off because you are busting down the door, no fucks given. But then once they catch on to you, you're like, oh, okay, fine. And then you just start to bully the shit out of them.
Little gremlin appears on their screen.
Well, she's in as chaos at the moment. It is
probably
probably I imagine it's probably just like all their shit starts having like random like static screens, like or doing this like jumping shit that's like in all these GIFs. Things that would distract and distress a computer person. If your screen starts looking like that, you're like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
One of them is just what looks like a live bug stuck in your screen.
Oh god.
Yeah, that prank that went around a while back where they pull up a video and then people just end up smashing like their computers and TV because they thought it was an actual bug.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she would get the computers running in overdrive, and then she'll try this ice here and see what happens. Joe.
Okay. Try what?
This one. I have to get through this one, right?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were moving your... I thought you were going to post something. Yes, you will get through that one. Go ahead and make your access attempt or break ice attempt.
What am I rolling?
It is going to be red, purple, purple.
Keep that in my back pocket. Just gonna try. See what a straight does. Fuck.
With +1 advantage, you will bang up against it, but it is just a barrier ice. It is a very sturdy barrier ice, but it's just a barrier ice. And it is now the Sysop's turn. So the Sysop is going to try to trace you again. They're going to be superimposed about this, or for this check. Because it's 3 black, 3 red, and 1 purple. Yeah. So they had 1 advantage, but 3 failures. So they are just working their way through the trolling. You like from the chaos that's brewing below you, you can start to see that the Sysops are scrambling to keep this thing together. You can see from like the network that you are in, the lights and reactions and scrambling within the chip beneath you. It's like a just array of colors. But they will be able to reinforce the wall, which will make it slightly harder to break through, but not impossible. So you may go ahead and attempt your check again.
No. Here comes my foundry curse.
Save that. Now it's going to be their check again. 3 red. 1 purple. What a hold?
I'm gonna spend that advantage. Get myself a blue.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's gonna be them trying to trace again.
Meh.
Whoa.
Fuck, where'd she go?
Aww. Let's see. What I can get from this.
I see a really good one for despair. Effectively give it so that whenever they think they've got you, they're gonna have the wrong apartment or name or whatever.
Yeah, I see the wrong person. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Can you throw breadcrumbs to be like the asshole neighbor? Like not
Wait,
someone
you
innocent.
mean, the hijack?
No. As in like, no, not hijack. As in like throw breadcrumbs to be like some annoying person we all hate.
Oh, I thought you said just the asshole neighbor, and I was like, oh, the other.
No.
She is going to throw some breadcrumbs, if I may dictate.
Uh-huh.
She had to have met some of the cybersecurity dudes.
Yes.
Call coming from inside the house.
Yeah. She's gonna throw some breadcrumbs that makes it look like there's either this dude is a hacker in all of this mess, or is helping the hackers in all of this mess.
Huh.
It actually is an inside job, but the wrong inside.
Swing at this fucking wall again.
It's a tough wall. They're tough walls, Bront.
And I get a
You also have story points.
Yeah, but I don't... Having nothing but yellows, I don't like personally, so...
Fair.
Can let me through. There we go.
You just had to ask nicely.
Oh, troll again.
You're just bullying them.
Yes, I am. And I'm going to activate my burn through, which I spin strain. I can try a second override on a different ice. So I'm going to try go ahead and break through this one before they can try to chase me.
Hey, go ahead.
Is it going to be the same level?
Yep, same check, same thing. Oh,
fucking damn it!
That was an unlucky roll on the purple.
2 advantages.
Impose black.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be a lot of black dice on their trace attempt.
Actually, no, because I already gave them a 3 black. Can I use that to regain 1 strain?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I am through this one. I know exactly why I wanted to go over here to these secure files. Know exactly why.
Oof. What is it? What are you looking for, I wonder? It's a failed attempt.
Not looking for. Hold on. Added black to them again with that
Gotcha.
threat. I want to, because these are considered slightly more like important files, right?
Yep.
Which companies are Tetsuo's main rivals that we, as far as we are aware, have no connections, no subsidiaries that are also Tetsuo?
Ogremok is the biggest one. Need to look at the document. Ogremok is one of them. It's Ogremok, and there's a military one.
I know all of these corporations are going to be horrible in one way or another.
Yes.
But given like Legacy having this inclination and kind of being the thorn in the side for a while, is there one of them that she would feel like out of all of these evils it is the least evil?
Probably. Oh, Goliath. Goliath is the one I was thinking of. Goliath is a private security company that is a direct competitor with Tetsuo. Ogremok is the engineering company, and Ogremok is big, but more quote unquote innocent in the fact that they aren't defense. They are a construction and engineering and chemical company. Omnidyne is another defense company that is a direct competitor with Tetsuo.
So again, is there one that she would think would be has had a history of being least problematic out of these?
Probably Ogremok. Which coincidentally is the one that Maxine works for.
Yeah.
Is Ogremok also one that, like, is it big enough that if it goes toe to toe with Tetsuo, it's not going to immediately fold?
Yes. Not immediately. It would most likely not go well for them, but they would not fold immediately.
She's going to package as much of this shit as she can quickly. Send it to Ogremok.
Okay.
These corporations all shitty? Yes. Is this one trying to turn Zargan?
Oh, just to make sure, Joe, that's not one of the ones that Tetsuo has a hand in, right?
No.
Yeah,
we asked that earlier.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
I asked that as the clarifying question.
That was the first question she asked.
Okay.
Yeah, Ogremok, Omnidyne, and Goliath are all independent of each other and of Tetsuo.
Nice.
Could just send it to all of them, all three of them.
You could.
Oh, Jesus.
That way, not one of them has the upper hand, but they all have something on Tetsuo.
Yeah, Tetsuo is immediately thrown into the vulnerable position against everyone. But
so Omnidyne is a chemical company, right?
No, Omnidyne is a defense company that works primarily with the government. Ogremok is the chemical and manufacturing energy giant.
And then Goliath is a private security.
Yes, Goliath is private security.
So she'll send it to Ogremok and Omnidyne. She does not want Goliath. Because to her, that's too close to Fire Ant territory.
Yep, that's fair.
He said Ogremok and Omnidyne?
Yes, Omnidyne spelled D-Y-N-E.
Thank you.
But you'll send it to Ogremok and Omnidyne. Now, you package that up and send it off. You are imposing another black onto their check again? Yes?
Yes.
Gotcha. They failed, so they don't get that. We're gonna roll this again. 2 threat. It keeps happening.
Just gonna keep.
Must have been the wind.
Keep them getting blacks as long as she can manage it.
Huh.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw some two more threat on there.
Okay.
She'll do one last attempt to come over here and bash this one up before she gets frustrated and moves on.
You've only got 1 floor left after this, so yeah. Go ahead and make that roll. Oh, a despair.
2 triumphs though.
2 triumphs? What the fuck? Okay, well I will cancel 1 to 1, so you have a single triumph.
What the fuck?
I think that is a fair result in this case.
2 triumphs, 1 despair.
Single triumph and a single triumph, a single success, and 2 advantages. And your battering ram is +6 or +8?
Yes, +6.
+6. Okay. Then, yeah, you. Trying to roll. I'm trying to scroll down to find it because this one is not that one.
And I will ask you if this would apply. This is one of the ways I can spin the single triumph. There's the blurred sig result, which puts an additional trace requirement.
Sure. I will throw that on to the thing so that they would need to get 2 successful traces to get to the first level. But it can't stack any higher than that because this will be the first time you used it and you already have your +1 trace normally. Okay. So busting through this level, you get access to the security controls. Security controls, they are a unilateral alarm system on every floor except the surface floor and the lower floors. So you get like 20 floors worth of alarm system. You have a fire alarm. You also have the security drones that are packaged on every floor. The lower tier security drones they're like people shaped. If you've ever seen iRobot, they look kind of like those kind of things.
Slightly cursed. Got it.
Yeah.
Can she give Kaya control of any of those?
I will say you can give Kaya control of a drone. Yes, if you wanted to give her a people drone.
Yeah, she'll find one that she thinks is suitable and in the middle of Kaya doing all this shit. That they're spending so much time healing and so much time going through other things, she gets an additional drone.
Yeah, so Kaya, you guys are still working through some stuff, but you get a notification just as you sit down to start studying that a drone has come available. And this drone appears to be on the 13th floor.
The 13th floor.
There's a feed in the camera of the drone that tells you what floor, where it's located in the Tetsuo building and what floor it's on. The feed currently is reading like basically a black wall. It's in storage. But you can wake it up if you like, very easily.
Kaya is going to send a thank you message to Legacy.
Can't say Legacy doesn't get you anything.
Yeah, she got me 2 drones.
Yeah, 2 new drones.
I love that Legacy finds drone, immediately tosses it to Kaya. Drone lady, here drone.
It's like, I don't fucking want to pilot these things. Yeah,
Who
shit
does?
to do.
Yeah, my roommate. Yeah, thank you message to Legacy, and she will wake it up.
Okay. So when you wake it up, the drone, it deploys from the wall. You can see that there are people on the 13th floor who all like whip their head around and look, and there is a dull audio feed. It's kind of scratchy, tinny audio, but you hear people be like, oh my God, what's going on? Is the security active? And then people start to panic as the drone is like in very similar to the whatever they're called unit from Star Wars, where they're like pushed out from a deployment stand and then they unfold.
Oh.
The B1 units.
B1? Yeah.
In the same moment that people are panicking, can Legacy also conveniently rip the fire alarm?
Okay. So the drone deploys and then the fire alarm goes off, which it immediately causes a panic. And then people start shuffling towards the stairs in the elevator. The drone is just kind of standing there at attention. Usually the drones like this, they don't deploy one at a time.
All or nothing, I assume.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, she's gonna get herself familiar with the controls on it. What's this thing capable of?
It's basically an aggressive manhandler. It has a taser, and it is not autonomous. It cannot do things on its own unless you are telling it to accomplish a very, very simple task. At which point it will do the task and then default back to the controls. Normally it's operating on an AI, so something is controlling it constantly. But with you behind the controls, you have to tell it what to do.
Operates on an AI, huh?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
I know where the brain went.
Okay. Well, that's on the 13th floor, so that's far away, but Kaya will get herself familiar with it. And probably just, move it a little bit to be somewhere out of the way, but convenient. Where, it won't get in the way of people evacuating.
Okay.
She's just gonna park it. Because she's doing shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too far away for her to, accomplish new goal.
Okay.
But she does have it. She will share the fact. Probably show it to Marcus. Of look, Love's got me another present. Before parking it.
Just
yeah.
Oh.
Before she goes back to the paper. Heart emoji for Legacy. Never mind. Kai doesn't really use emojis.
TY.
I imagine the closest to texting text speak of any kind, emoji of any kind that I imagine Kaya knows how to do a smiley face.
Yeah.
But it's
smiley
the sideways face. Equal sign and parenthesis.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Occasionally rather than thanks with a KS on it, it's thanks with an X.
THX.
On occasion.
Nah. Yeah, on occasion she gets back a thanks, =, parenthesis, space, less than 3, heart.
Huh.
Does not use emojis.
Okay, so Legacy, you they are going to get another attempt. Did you impose a black? I can't remember if you did.
2 black, I believe. 2 threats.
2 black.
Ow!
These nothing bad.
These are doing so much work.
3 threat, 3 black.
More.
You're gonna need to. They need to collect forces.
So, I think the last thing, like, Legacy has sent a drone, whatever the fuck, to Kaya. Has ripped the fire alarms in the building. I think the last thing is, can she lock down the other drones?
Not. You can shut off all of the drones, but you can't lock out all of them. You can lock out a good number of them. Basically, you can cut the drone force. You can turn them all off, or you can lock half of them inside and leave the other half of them out, because they are on a like unit where one half of the building is on one unit and the other half is on the other unit. So for Kaya to have a drone, you have to leave at least half of the drones on.
Half locked out is better than none, so she's gonna do that before she fucks off.
Question.
Yes.
You have access to the security, which means you get access to the cameras, which for the most part you could just disable. But would you look at them first?
I think she would probably, when she did the fire alarm, she would flip through really fast just to see if people are moving, if there's people there, because she doesn't know if there's still people in the building or not.
Okay. Finally, someone looks at the cameras. So there's you flip through the cameras. There's been a lot of shit popping off that you guys just literally would have not seen.
Only like has access to them.
It's fine. But you flip through the cameras. The first thing you notice is that many floors have started the evacuation process. Bunches, like whole throngs of people are like rushing to the stairs to get out, or to the elevator. There is something that you do notice on the second to top floor. There's a bigger landing area for the elevators. So it's not like a foyer because it's not that big, but it's kind of like that, like a bigger area where like the elevator to go up, you have to have a key card to scan it. And you can see that at the second to top floor, the penultimate floor of this building, there is a whole group of people. Like, they're not employees. What you see is a group of men in suits. Several of them, well, it's not just men, it's men and women, but several of them have these like pinstripe gray suits. They're kind of mismatched, like they just kind of thrifted the suits together. But on the back of the suit jackets, they have the letters D-O embroidered onto the suit. And there's at least 13, maybe 14 people. And there is one person who is standing at the helm of them. One person who is not wearing a suit jacket, but they're wearing a vest and suit pants. They have like a professional business attire, but they look a little bedraggled, like they got into a fight, as do some of the other people. You can see the cheap like latex Joseph Diego masks on basically everyone, except this person who is standing at the helm of the elevator. You can see that they've, the look of like roll their sleeves up in a vest, like the kind of shipping up to Boston kind of look.
Yeah.
It's like that vibe. It's the dude has that vibe, and his forearms and hands are jet black. They look strikingly like Marcus's arms. But you can see that he's like banging on the elevator door, denting the elevator door. And this dude turns around. You've got no audio feed, but you can see that he is talking and yelling to people, and you recognize his face immediately. This is Dio, and he has painted his face brown and drawn on or grown in facial hair to mimic Joseph Diego. And he has cut and dyed his hair to mimic Joseph Diego as well.
What the fuck?
Legacy, I imagine, is I imagine when she was flipping through the cameras, it was like the really fast, like so fast you're not really fully taking everything in. Like gets like 2 or 3 like cameras past. It's like stops, like, wait, what the fuck? He goes back a couple, sees this, and watches, and Lockhart still has her phone, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, Lockhart and Marcus's phone start buzzing. And for Lockhart, it is... I imagine if she can't hook Lockhart's phone directly up to the feed, like, could she have, like, recorded, like, a 1-minute little section?
Mm-hmm.
And would send it to Lockhart with, like, the floor number. And then send the same video to Marcus with the question of, are these your arms?
This would be floor 49 of 50, if I haven't put a number to it specifically yet. But the little snippet of video that you get, Lockhart, this has the energy of like, this is like a deranged, angry person trying to do some kind of inspiring, aggressive speech to a crowd that is agitated and like overzealous. And he's like what?
Like kind of like a witch hunt-esque kind of thing?
Yes, it's a mix of a witch hunt and also like supposed to be inspiring. Like he's very clearly trying to be a leader with the way that he gestures with his hands. He does these broad, sweeping, welcoming gestures, but he'll also hold up a fist in this like unifying, like we go together kind of way. And it's like looking at this whole group, this reeks of cult behavior. There are modded people wearing suits that like matching or at least vaguely matching suits with the letters D-O, or wait, sorry, not D-O, J-D.
J-D, yeah.
Yeah, it's not D-O. The letters J-D on their back. And then you see Dio, or at least he used to be known as Dio, and he used to be known as 00, and he also used to be known as Output Overlord. But now he is rebranded yet again as someone new, and he is holding up his fist. Presumably, he is rebranded as JD. But yes, he is in brownface, dressed as Joseph Diego, with his sleeves rolled up a little bit, showing off newly acquired metallic arms, with badly dyed, like black and gray hair. And he is standing at the second to top floor, trying to get upstairs.
So this is his cult, like, worship of Joseph, pissed at Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
No, fucking... I don't. Can she gets the vibe? Can she pick up any of the words, like lip reading something?
You can try to lip read if you want. I will say, if you want to try to do lip reading, you could do perception at, I'll say 3 purple.
Okay. I use a point.
Legacy.
I would also have Legacy send an additional text to Marcus after, like, are these your arms? Like, if they are and you go up, you need to figure the weakness of your arms.
Marcus is looking at this video fucking gobsmacked. He does not know what to make of this at all, because there was a brief period where Dio was effectively like tight with his boss. Mm-hmm. And now he sees this man who is kind of like a weird supervisor / potential like higher up to him, who has just completely gone down a rabbit hole in a totally fucking wild direction.
Lost in the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but Legacy figures, like, he knows his arms well enough that if anybody would know how to, like, counteract them, it would be Marcus.
So with 4 successes and 1 advantage, he's talking really fast. So I won't give you the full synopsis of what he says, but I will give you the vibe.
Okay.
He, at one point, you can see the phrase, or you can read on his lips the phrase, "our birthright."
Oh God.
You can read you can hear the phrase, "my throne."
Oh no.
You see very clearly one of the words that sticks out to you the most on this is the betrayer, the usurper. Like, weird words.
Oh my. Well, you know, she wanted to go up to the higher floors anyways. I guess she'll just have to get through some crazies while she's at it. Fuck.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, Lockhart's
like, he get even more cringe.
Oh my God. I was waiting on this reveal for fucking weeks.
God.
Yeah, there is such a big part of me. It's like, well, I mean, he's gonna deal with it. Hands off, right?
So he can just take care of that, right?
Do you want the crazy to have access to the fucking nuclear codes, essentially?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, man. I love this. It's all like, we don't want to deal with him.
Well, I mean, he was easily dealt with previously, so... I think we got it in the bag, guys.
Comes with his own fucking cult army.
But yeah,
cybernetic cult army, potentially.
Cybernetic cult army.
Quick thing before I forget, I wanted to grab 3 other books from the archives. Doesn't matter what, just random.
Okay. 3 other books from the archive? That's fine. You can just grab 3 and not even need to look.
Cool. Just from random spots. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Lockhart will focus on that, try to read the lips. Like, oh, wonderful. She will move so Marcus and Valerie can look at this.
Marcus has his own version.
Yeah, Marcus is looking on his phone and he's like, It takes him a good, like, to you, Legacy, it takes him a good, 5 minutes to respond. In actual time, it takes him a good, 30 to 40 seconds watching this clip over and over. And he replies, Yep.
I think we're gonna have to deal with that before we figure out a way out.
Kaya looks up from the paper she's reading. Blissful ignorance.
You can see also that the group of them up there, they are toting weapons. They have handguns, they have assault rifles, they have some of them have like daggers. You can't quite see it, but JD has something in his hand that is hidden by the group. He is holding one hand up, gesturing, presumably holding another weapon in his offhand to his side, which is obscured.
There's no way to try and parse what type of weapon it is, at least?
Nah, I think it's just too obscured by the crowd because they're all kind of bunched in around him.
Gangs are one thing, but now we have to deal with a cult, apparently. A heavily armed one. You dealt with this lunatic previously, didn't you?
Marcus, like, points to himself and he just goes, "Are you talking to me?"
I imagine she was looking at Kaya.
Kaya's looking at Marcus.
She'll hold out her phone to Kaya, eyebrows slightly raised.
Kaya, I imagine Kaya was like looking over Marcus's shoulder once he's like, "What the fuck?"
Sprite walks over and just goes, "What's the big deal? It's just some random dude with an ego." Ooh. Oh. Yikes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big yikes.
Considering he's talking about an usurper and his rightful throne.
Sprite just like is staring at this with like mouth agape.
Yeah, last time I checked, he wasn't like that. He was just like a normal level of awful.
So what do we do? Marcus looks over to you, Lockhart, and Kaya.
Well, we can't leave him be.
We're going up there?
Jonathan may be egotistical, but having someone crazy like that in power is not good.
I don't know
Marcus.
if that's...
Oh, go ahead.
Kaya's just thinking, just real talk, above table real quick question. This isn't like, I don't know, fantasy times. This isn't like, if he kills Jonathan, he becomes HQ owner. Absolutely. And I was like, that's not how this works.
Yeah, that's what Marcus was gonna say. He's like, I don't think that he can just claim the ownership like that.
Yeah,
that's what Kaya's gonna say.
The fear is more that
what's in the office.
What's in the office?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I love that they both have the same thought.
Yeah, like, both Kaya and Marcus are like, what do you think he's gonna do? Works. No one's gonna believe him or let him stay. That's not how this works.
But equally, just like that's not how this works at all. I love that they have the same fucking thought. Sorry. Yeah, it's like I don't know what he's planning on. Corporations don't work like that. Last time I checked, so I don't know what he's trying to accomplish.
We found all of that in the basement. Can you imagine what's in his office?
Marcus gets a little nervous at that and gulps and just goes, "That's a good point. But, I mean, he's not gonna, like, you don't have to fight him, do we? Maybe? What are the odds that he actually gets up there?"
I mean, he's on floor, what, 49 out of 50?
Marcus shrugs.
Oh, this fucking jackass. Well, we can't even really get to him unless we can deal with the fucking canine units.
I have a question.
Yes, DM. Or, D.
DM? DMD. See how much XP we get?
No, I am DM. Oh.
So are the canine units only on the ground floor?
Yes, there's only one of them, and they are only on the ground floor because they can't get up the stairs or the elevator.
You're too thick.
That throws out my idea. Continue.
I'm curious, what was your idea?
See if I could lure one onto an elevator and send it up.
Bro!
You're gonna have to deal with the canine unit anyway. Might as well have it solve a problem before we get there.
That's fair. Too thick to get up, so they're only on the ground floor. Okay. Yeah, but concern number one for Kai is like, yeah, we gotta fucking deal with that shit first. Before we even think about going after whoever the fuck he is now.
That sprite turns to you, Kai, and just goes, "Well, how do we deal with the canine unit then?"
I have a request for you, Joe. Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting again. If we do end up dealing with JD, Dio, whatever the fuck, can Sprite, because Sprite would be the type that would possibly know this shit, just like know his first name, like his actual first name, through like cultural osmosis for one reason or another, and just be like, fucking Eugene. That is my request for a Sprite interaction if we get that far with Sprite.
That is incredible. How triggered would he be?
He'd have a fucking meltdown. His entire persona is built upon whatever current thing he is plastering his initials over.
It has to be some super fucking like lame name too.
I remember his name. I do know his canonical name.
What is it?
His canonical name is Chadley Riles.
Right!
I remember that.
Yeah! I remember! Yeah, Chadley Riles, aka Dio.
Joseph Diego called him Mr. Riles.
Calm your ass down, Chadley.
Fucking Chadley. Did your parents love you or not? Who the fuck names your kid Chadley? That's beautiful interaction. But Joe, I have a question. What did Kai and Marcus learn about the drone targeting software?
Yes. Okay, so here's the deal. The drones, the canine units, they are extremely tough. They are extremely strong. They are very dangerous up close and far away, depending on how you play this. But there's one thing that they aren't. What they are not is fast. They do not move very quickly. They don't even turn that quickly. Their biggest weakness is the fact that they have to chase things. In the same way that a tank moves, like these things, they have a top speed of like 45 miles an hour, but they have to get up to that speed. And when they are in an enclosed structure, they have to turn and like move and awkwardly position themselves so that they can stabilize and shoot and grab as needed. The reason why the legs were inverted were to make it easier to maneuver, but they cannot move quickly because they're top heavy. And if they move too quickly, they'll fall over.
Yeah, we need to
So So the targeting system the targeting system is slower to prevent them from turning quickly. So they physically won't topple themselves over, and they are incredibly hard to trip. But if you get them to start the lock-on process, they have to commit to it. Because like when they start the lock-on process, depending on what target they hit, they want to zero in on that target. They are built to like find a target and neutralize and then move on. They will lock on to something, and until that something is dealt with, they cannot move to a new thing. So if you lock onto something that moves really quickly, then they have to chase it so long as it is at least partially in their field of view. So if you get someone who's fast, but not too fast, then they can, in theory, zip around them, avoid getting shot, and cause them to like slowly track their way away.
Where's Legacy when we fucking meet her in person?
You have a Legacy 2.0.
You do have Legacy at home.
We have Legacy at home. I don't know.
Technically, Kaya also has high agility, just saying.
That's true. Kaya does have 4 agility.
This would be a lot of there's no like running check, is there? Coordination.
Yeah, it's
Coordination.
coordination.
It'd be a lot of coordination checks.
I've only got 1 rank in coordination. I've got 1 yellow tree queen. So Kaya could try and do it. But as they're saying all of this, Kaya is compiling her and Marcus's research.
There is someone else, actually. Right?
Yep.
No?
There's also Valerie. Valerie
Yeah.
is also very quick.
Yeah, you said she was more of fast than like not getting hit.
Yeah, she's as fast as she is quick, or as fast as she is strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, Kaya will present their research in a very like matter-of-fact way, sharing her opinion on what she thinks of these robots, and it's not a very good opinion. But she will convey all of this to the courtroom.
Bright scoffs and just goes, "Easy. We'll just outrun him." Marcus slowly turns his head to look at Sprite. Did you hear anything she said? The guns and he pantomimes the manipulator and the tank. Like, do you know what these things are? Sprite just kind of waves dismissively. Yeah, but they're slow. And I'm not slow.
We'll need to use at least 1 person as bait, while the rest try and deal with the thing.
They point to their chest and be like, "And I am the bait." Duh.
Are you sure about that? Because you gotta be fast, but not too fast, otherwise they're not gonna target you at all.
And could you take a hit if it is able to look home?
The "could you take a hit" part kind of pauses, and Sprite looks at himself and then looks at Kaya and then looks at himself again and just goes, "I'm feeling pretty spry. I feel like I can take a hit. But also, I just won't get hit." And they shrug.
Okay, just doing the math in her head. It's like, nah, she's pretty sure Sprite's faster than her. Like, oh, well, this is a fucking awful idea, but I don't really think we got that many options.
it probably is the best option we have currently.
Valerie will walk over and be like, if you need someone to run interference, then I could do it.
Yes, I honestly think having 2 people would be good.
Sprite looks over to Valerie and then looks over to Lockhart and just goes, I don't want to come off as a jerk, but I prefer to work alone, specifically when it involves someone who looks like her.
Raised eyebrow? In question? Like, what?
And Sprite just hand waves and just goes, I'm kidding. Yeah, I love Batman types. Sprite is just uncomfortable with Valerie because Valerie is very intense.
Ah, okay.
Batman types. She was all over Lockhart. This just looks like an older Lockhart. But Valerie is intense, so understandable. Well, we can... You know what? What if we have you be first pick, try to get attention, and if you can't, then we send Lock in.
And if you are able to get its attention, one of us could handle one of its arms, while the other two try to knock it over. It'll be a lot easier to deal with if it's in the floor. We do need to be careful of its weapons, even though it is grounded.
Sprite holds up a hand and just goes, question. Are we trying to beat it or just lead it away?
There's no point in leading it away if we're going to have to deal with it later.
But if I lead it into a crowd of people, then they could deal with it.
Yeah, or could just kill him.
They go to protest, like hold up their finger and open their mouth, and then they close their mouth.
Look, I saw this thing shoot someone down earlier, alright?
Marcus holds up a hand and just goes, what if Sprite leads it away and then just dips? Like you run away after it's suitably far enough away when we don't have to fight it. Then whenever it's lost sight of you, you can come back.
Oh, fucking highway all over again. What if you can't lose it? What happens then?
Sprite crosses their arms and just goes, well, what if you can't beat it? It is a tank.
I have fought multiple of those units at once. It is beatable. What we fought down there was the worst.
You fought older units? And you still almost died, so...
They were older units, but there were multiple. And there are others here to assist me.
Well, if you want to try to fight it, I guess we can. Sprite just awkwardly rubs the back of their head.
If we can't, we can't. Then...
Give me a second here.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll something.
Oh no.
private dice.
17.
Okay. But since you all seem so unsure, let's put up to a vote then.
Bright holds up their hand and just goes, I vote to run past it. I like his idea. They point to Marcus. Marcus points to himself and just goes, do I have to vote for my own idea? I vote running past it? Because we have to run up to a fight anyway, right?
Lockhart turns to Kaya. Looks to Valerie, looks to Kaya, like, go ahead.
Kaya is thinking. She kind of takes out, like, a screwdriver and just kind of twiddles it in between her two hands. Thing is slow, but if it gets out onto the street, if you lead it away, it can go up to like 40 miles an hour. Once it gets enough time and space to get up to that speed, are you sure you can be faster than that?
Bright waves a hand and just goes, I just won't let it get that fast. You gotta know the alleyways. You don't just run on the open sidewalk. That's a crazy person thing. You gotta run through stuff.
Well, last time this happened, Legs was the one getting chased by that fucker over there, gesturing down. And he still almost caught her. So, that's why I'm a little concerned about it.
Well, that one was more agile than the big, bulky tank thing upstairs. Right? And that guy was smarter. This is a big tank thing. How smart can a tank be?
Don't forget to factor in the crowd outside.
True. I'm wondering if I couldn't get the crowd's help. If they're targeting me, then maybe the crowd can dogpile it? If the crowd's still there, how much of the crowd is going to be thinned out?
It's also got ranged weaponry too.
Nod.
But
Valerie looks at you, Lockhart, and just goes, well, my vote is yours. You paid me. Whatever you vote is my vote.
Then it's on me, Kaya. You're the deciding factor.
Fucking. I should have fucking voted first. Kaya is going to turn to look at Sprite. Look, if you're gonna be the first thing of bait, I need to know that you're okay with taking that kind of risk, because we aren't gonna be able to help you if you leave the building. You're gonna be on your own. Maybe help from whatever crowd is left over, but pretty much on your own.
Bright smirks and kind of wipes their nose a little bit with their thumb and just goes, I've been on my own for a long time. Well, sort of. But I know how to handle myself. And if there's one thing I know better than handling myself, it's running. I never let people catch me. Besides, and they like reach out a fist and do like a teasing little like punch to the shoulder and go, I knew what I was getting into. The whole rebel with the cause thing. Yeah. I'm not ready to die for it, don't get me wrong. But I don't plan on dying.
The guy's gonna put a hand on Sprite's shoulder. You do realize that if anything happens to you, Legs is gonna kill me first?
Sprite rolls their eyes and just goes, yeah. And then she'll kill me.
Yeah, she'll figure out how to raise you back up just to kill you again. You know. But... Fucking fine. We'll go with Marcus's idea. Just promise me you're not gonna die, alright?
They do a little X over their heart. Just go, cross my heart, hope to not die. Marcus, rubs his temple and just goes, this is, the least appropriate time to do that.
I have a question for you, Joe.
Yes.
Stims are essentially adrenaline shots, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Walker will put her hand in her coat and put a stim in Sprite's hand. In case you need a boost.
In case what?
In case you need a boost. It has 3 cards on it.
Mm-hmm. Sprite looks at it and then will grip their hand around it and just go, okay.
Kaya thinks for a second. And she's going to reach up and she's going to undo her ponytail, take off her scrunchie, and she's going to hand it over to Sprite. Look, this is something I made a while back. It's got a track in it. It's got an SOS signal on it. If you look over here, if you just squeeze this rope, it's gonna put out an SOS signal. And I can track it, some of the others can, but if Rat's still around, she'll be able to track you too. So, just here's your emergency if you need help while you're out there.
They take the scrunchie and they take it and twirl it around their wrist, like a little arm bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy. I like Rat. I might just call her to hang out with her.
Yeah, she's probably like that. Kaya is gonna just pat on shoulder. Probably pull Sprite in for a little hug of please don't die. You are friend. I know I just met you, but you have been adopted.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Who's ready to try not to die?
Valerie does not raise their hand. Marcus looks sick to his stomach. And Sprite raises their hand.
You know, about what I expected. Let's go. She is going to send a message to Legacy what the plan is, though.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Is she... man. Is that a good idea or not? Because it's well, we have a plan.
Great idea.
It's an awful idea. However, it's kind of like when Red shot Larry, it unlocked War Crime Kaya. If we tell Legacy, that might unlock Supreme Chaos.
Joe is ready for Supreme Chaos Legacy already in the fucking system.
Perhaps we don't tell Legacy.
Yeah. Lockhart just can see Kaya pull out her phone.
She won't need the distraction currently.
Kaya, in the middle of messaging. What?
She's going to need to focus on what she's doing. Having her worry about her friend would not help.
So we should just not tell her that Sprite's gonna be doing this?
Are you having this conversation without consulting Sprite?
Yeah. Pull Kaya off to the side a little bit.
Okay.
As we're walking, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew what we signed up for on this. We just have to hope for the best.
And she just finds out after if the worst happens?
What good would her knowing now do?
Fine. Lockhart, I won't tell her. Let's just go.
None.
Delete the message. Shove phone back into pocket.
I'm doing okay.
Is that a serious fucking question?
Yes. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
You okay, Z?
I'm laughing.
So, are you okay? What kind of fucking question is that in this situation?
I mean, she's out of it is more what she's trying to point out.
Oh yeah. No. It's a good question to ask. But Kaya's like, what the fuck? It's like, no. The fuck? No, I'm not alright. I'm not okay. But don't really have time to unpack all of that. So we're just gonna keep moving forward. And I'm just gonna think about it all later.
Lockhart's gonna back down. Okay.
Gotta keep things professional, right, Lockhart?
Right.
Cool. So, I'm kinda not in the mood to talk. So we could just get going. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Someone's testy. Holy shit.
Kaya's had it up to here with your shit.
Fucking okay, Miss Professional. No friends. Let's keep it professional. Miss fucking Loner. Yeah, wouldn't want, any possible friendship bonds to get in the way of work now, would we?
It's not like I like you or anything.
Well, enough distractions. Let's go.
Fine.
What'd you say?
Fine. But I want to talk about this after.
from what I understand, there isn't really much to talk about, so...
I imagine Lockhart had, like, put a hand on Kaya's shoulder or something.
Kaya will shake the hand off the shoulder.
Yep. That's
brush
what
it off.
Yep.
Yep. Just not normal Kaya behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit stunned Lockhart here, like, oh, okay. Well, you know, it was probably Larry. But that's she's really shaken up by what happened to Larry. That's obviously what it is. She doesn't know how to handle it, obviously. But she'll just let Kaya go and move with the group.
Mm.
Kind of hanging back a little bit, I guess. Like,
yeah, Kaya puts obvious distance between them.
Marcus will drift back to check in on Lockhart, but checking in is him just walking beside Lockhart silently in a show of solidarity.
I mean, Marcus knows how they regularly interact. That's...
Lockhart will be quiet for a little bit as they're walking, but she'll tilt her head towards Marcus. And how are you holding up? You took a pretty big beating back then.
I'm fine. I could be worse, I guess.
I have a spare stim if you need it.
No, save it. For you. I think maybe you'll need it before I do.
Are you still in this, mentally at least? Not too shaken?
He shakes his head. Not yet. Somehow. I'm not yet shaken. Man. Today is weird and crazy. We were going to fight a tank after fighting a cyborg that looked like your friend, and now we're going upstairs to deal with the sycophant who has my arm cybernetic design. And he's also wearing brown face. Today's a weird day. He just looks at you very flatly.
Weird is putting it mildly. But you can expect a raid like this to be normal, right?
He nods. Yep. When we get up there, let me deal with the guy. He's more asking for permission than he is saying something outright.
Can I insight check this? Like, is there
Sure.
what's the vibe here?
Sure. You can roll me. Let's see. You could roll me. I will say you could roll me perception for simplicity's sake.
Any purple?
It'll be 1 purple.
Okay.
He's not hiding his intentions very deeply. It's more like he's hiding them by virtue of being shy.
Mm-hmm.
All you needed. With a single success and 1 advantage, you can tell that Marcus is more... His pride is wounded, which is not something that he ever cared about before.
Mm-mm.
But his pride is wounded at the idea of someone taking a design that he made to help people and potentially using it as like a weapon.
Mm-hmm. If that's what we want, because I can't stop you.
Marcus nods. I think that is what I want. But if I get knocked out, then you feel free to step in.
He nods. And she gives a very, very, very small smile. It's like, if I let my protege die, Legacy wouldn't be too happy, would she?
She would haunt you. And I mean, like, both literally and figuratively. But thank you.
Hand on shoulder.
Marcus is going to do the same gesture, but when he sees you start to do it, he like awkwardly flinches a little bit and then puts his hand down.
So just smile a little bit more at that. And she'll put her arm down so that he can.
He will like kind of hesitate again and then slowly put his hand back up and then pat you once on the shoulder. Give her time, by the way. She's upset about some things.
I assume he's looking at Kaya.
Yes.
I can't imagine losing her child is very... It's very good. It's not helpful. It's not... It's traumatic. Lockhart's a little bit out of a loss for words here.
Marcus he makes a face. It's kind of hard to interpret. And then he just goes, she's also upset about, I think, something I may have overheard in the lower floor.
Mm-hmm.
When you were telling us to run, that whole thing, I'd say that I don't remember it well because I'm embarrassed about it, but it's kind of burned into my memory because my adrenaline was really, really high in that moment, so I have perfect recollection of it. And I think she was hurt by that. Maybe. Guessing. I don't talk to her that often. Like semi-often. But I mean, that's what I think. But give her time. And also maybe give yourself time. Because maybe you need to figure it out too.
Lockhart doesn't really respond. Her eyes widen a little bit at like recognition, but she doesn't really respond for a few moments, but nods slowly, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. She just sigh and kind of rub the side of her head a bit, but not really comment on that. Besides saying, okay, pull deep breaths.
Marcus nods. And we'll let the conversation slowly bleed out.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll end in two separate places. We'll end with the in-person group getting in the elevator and going up to the first floor, which we're going to do a little ding. And you guys get into the elevator and pile in. The elevator dings and you step out and you see this bird-legged monstrosity of metal with what looks to be like a cannon mounted on its left arm. It is much bigger than the units you fought, Lockhart. It is at least a whole head and a half taller than them, and probably a good 25 to 30% heavier. And as the elevator dings, you hear the like slow, bassy warble as it like, and it just tromps like in place as it turns, and it moves slowly towards you guys. It has not looked at you yet, but it's going to. As like the kind of dim glow from the red lights where the eyes are drifts over some of the wreckage and smoke and dust. And you can't see any exposed ones because there's probably rubble over them, but the corpses that are here, presumably. And also you can hear still in the distance the dull thrum of Giga Death music, like the intense drum and bass. They have not stopped. They will not stop.
Go. Absolutely goated.
So just double checking, it opens up this way?
This way.
The elevator?
This is the front.
No, the elevator.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you walk out. Marcus and Valerie are technically in the front.
Okay, if that's the case, I say we wait in the elevator and hold the door open so someone can go out and not everyone gets pinged.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would it have been possible to like even take the maintenance thing?
No, you have to go up through the main elevator
gotcha.
For this one floor.
Thought I would try.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to end on a legacy note, because legacy, you are going to the top floor now.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make me your hacking check. This one is going to be at red and a purple. And it's at this point that you are like at the top or like peak of this blue chip tower. Something you notice about being way up here, things feel different. The blue chip seems more welcoming. The window to the inside seems thinner, almost. And when you press your hand against it, you are let in almost unceremoniously easy. And want to see. Please tell me I prepared this map. Where is it? Yes. Yes.
The virtual red.
You see.
Blue.
Hold on. I could just fucking load it. This.
I don't have
Can't see the
vision.
scene.
No vision.
Oh, you're not a token on this map, actually. Haha, hee hee.
Give us vision.
Hold on, let me do something really quick.
Can't wait to see the spooky.
So when you drift through the window
Still don't have
legacy, when you drift through the window legacy, you drift through and the darkness kind of swallows you whole for a moment, and you lose all sense of where you were before. Like the blue chip and like the dip beneath the surface of the window and like the virtual world you were in, it fades to darkness, and when you blink, you are fully committed and fully realized in this place.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And you like drop. You feel gravity, which is weird after being virtual for so long. And you see across from you a seated Ben Getty looking figure who is halfway turned, looking outside this window, and not looking at you. And then you see also a very familiar, morbidly familiar face of your ex-roommate, seated like daintily on the couch, sitting on top of the backrest with her legs in the cushion. And she looks over at you, Legacy, and just goes, "Oh, hi. You're finally here. I've wanted to catch up. It's been so long." And that's where we're going to end it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, you wanted to see War Crime Legacy.
Well, yeah. We avoided one war crime legacy route. Unlocked another. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh no. Oh no.
There's gravity, guys.